Hopefully you can hear me. Um, you know what I'm about to do. I'm heading out doing some errands. Haha, errands. All right. I am. I was watching a documentary yesterday, and I'll probably link it in the description of this video. But I I'm starting to believe more and more, not starting, I've been believing this, but plant-based eating is what's going to save a lot of people in a lot of different ways. Okay. Between that and what I said yesterday about fasting, it's like, I think that is what's going to save a lot of people in a lot of ways. Financially, and health wise, mental health wise. Um, yeah. So I know a lot of people. Ooh, oh my goodness. Jeez, y'all, I tell y'all, when I drive in the neighborhoods and I see just random things like trees falling down. Wow. All right. So I know a lot of people say it's expensive to eat healthy. It's actually not. And 10 years ago, I didn't believe that, but I also heard that often. Um, when I was not well. Now, I'm going to ask you this. How much more expensive is a medical bill? Okay? How much more expensive is it to have prescriptions that you got to fill every 30 days or whatever? How much more expensive is it to not be active, or you're always tired, or you're always ailing, or whatever it is you're dealing with because of you not investing in your health, your physical health and mental health too? And that's the thing that it's a lie. I'm gonna just be honest, it's a lie. Because aren't things like rice and beans inexpensive? You can buy them in bulk, and you can cook them. And you've seen a few of my videos in crock pots, pressure cookers, and whatever else you have out there. So when people say, oh, I don't have time, yes, you do. If you got time to eat and you've got time to scroll, then you've got time to make healthy choices for yourself. And plant-based eating can be a part of that. Now, I guess the second part of this, when people say, oh, I can't afford it, and they go to certain places, like, yeah, I've never been to Whole Foods. Never. And I don't plan on going either. Because I hear they're high priced. I mean, you can definitely go to farmers markets. Like I said, I shop around, so I tend to go to certain stores for certain things. Clip coupons, I guess, but the thing is, the healthy food, they don't have coupons, and that's a problem. So think about what it is that you are buying with your food. I mean, with your money. Is it the packaged box stuff that have coupons? Like, why are they trying to get you to buy it so bad if they have a coupon, right? I've never seen a coupon for a bag of apples. Have you? I've never seen a coupon for a bag of oranges. Haven't. Bag of rice? Bag of beans? Dried beans? No, I haven't. I wonder. Yeah, if you're interested in subscribing, please do. So, oh goodness. All right. I thought construction was done. It is still ongoing. Oh my gosh. I'm going to have to turn around. I haven't been over here for a while. And it's still, yeah, I'm just turn around. It just makes it easier, because apparently they are not trying to let me get through this way. Or, actually, okay, I see the city bus. All right, so then there is, I don't know how to cook healthy food. It's like, okay, I just described to you, put it in a crock pot. It don't taste the same. Put seasonings on it. Okay, that's another problem that United States people tend to have. Y'all don't know how to season anything, or you don't embrace season, except for salt. Do you know, like, and I think I brought my wellness menu pamphlet, but I do offer a free pamphlet, and I probably need to make one for just like edible, like edible herbs. Not to say that my guide is not for all, it's not. Some of the herbs are medicinal that I have on my guide. Some of them you can use as spice, right? I may need to make one that's strictly for cooking purposes, because yeah, a lot of people, again, they'll say things like, it doesn't taste right. Yeah, because a lot of these food industries have programmed your taste buds to want and crave sugar and fat. Bad fat, that is. Sugar and salts. Okay? Not the good ones. Because I just had a conversation with my brother on the phone about how he wants salt. And I'm like, okay. And there's nothing wrong with salt in itself. I'm not, bashing salt. There's some good salts out there. Because I think he is used to a certain kind of salt that has him craving it. Again, back to that. I'm looking to find ways to curb the sweet tooth that he has, or most people really. And I said this yesterday, I'm saying it again today. A lot of people don't realize that there are a lot of brain cells in the stomach, in the gut. So your brain can detect sugar sensations, even in the stomach, even if you're not even tasting it. So if somebody's eating something like sugar or condiments, which is notorious for having nothing but sugar in it, except for the one, mustard, okay? Unless it's Dijon mustard, then no, it's got sugar in it again. So there are things you can do to healthy food that will make it be more flavorful. There's so many channels out there. I don't even want to start one of those cooking channels. Like, I probably recommend a couple or two, but what I'm saying is eating plant-based will save you. And let's go over the definition of plant-based, because I think a lot of people have different definitions of it, and this is the understanding I have of plant-based eating. Plant-based to me means the majority, and I mean the overwhelmingly majority of food that you eat is plants. Okay? Plants. And you might have a meat or a seafood every once in a while. It's not with every meal. Okay? So I am plant-based. Like, I can count how many times on my hand that I've eaten meat in the past 2 weeks. It's probably like 3 times. Okay? 3 times. And even then, they're clean-ish meats. Or seafood. I had salmon. Okay? But for the most part, I eat plants. The main meal that I eat all the time is a big salad. If you ever watch Seinfeld and they talk about the big salad, like, yeah, I eat big salads. I love mushrooms. And that's where, again, a lot of people can get that I guess if they feel like they have to have meat. I don't even eat processed plant-based products. It's in a box. Okay? They're adding stuff in it. So when I say plant-based, I'm actually eating food I can recognize when I see it. Not in a box, ground up with a bunch of other stuff. Okay? I know it when I see it. It's like, oh, that's a piece of salmon when I see it. Oh, that's rice. Oh, that's a lettuce. Oh, wow, that's cabbage. I can see it. It's carrots. Oh, that's a mushroom. I see it. Onion. Right? And that's where we can save, like, and a lot of these things you can grow. You can eat sprouts. And I know people are like, I don't know how to grow. You can grow stuff out of a bucket, y'all. My parents have done it. I've done it. You can grow stuff out of a bucket. As long as there's some sunlight. Okay? You can grow something. something, okay? And then there's in combination with fasting. So I do that combination. Like, it is midday now, and I would probably be having my first meal around about this time. So it's almost 2 o'clock, or is it already 2 o'clock? It probably is. So I would have my first meal now. Okay? And a lot of people, what do you do all morning? It's like, well, first of all, I'm waking up at 4:30 in the morning, and then I drink a lot of teas. A lot of my nutrition is in liquid form, in teas. No, I don't put sugar in my tea either. No, I don't put milk in my tea either. Okay? Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, probiotics. I mean, even there's some things that you can, and now there's a train. So I don't know how long I'll, but yeah, there are things that are simple things that you can do to improve your health and wellness. And the only issue I have with the healthcare system right now is for the sake of my brother, because I don't have any issues. I remember, and I can make this a separate video too, but one time it was like 2021 when we were all at the house, you know what I mean, for the shutdowns. And I had to work from home, and sitting down all day for an educator, that's torture, y'all. My back and my backside was hurting me so bad. But I had to sit there in front of a camera, like for real, all day, all day. And I would leave my house once a day and just drive around just for the sake of getting some daylight or whatever. But I ended up getting, I want to say like a sinus infection or something, because of the weather, the allergies, and all this other stuff. Because I wasn't around anybody, and I had pod people, sort of. But I wasn't around anybody, and I ended up getting a sinus infection, and I ended up going to my doctor, and this is before she had to go back into teaching, by the way, because yeah, she they did my blood work and all this stuff, and we'd been at home for like at least probably like almost a year. I'll just say that. And I hadn't been moving around a lot. I did gain some weight and been sedentary. And then she was like, "So you're like having some really high blood pressure numbers. So I'm going to prescribe you with some blood pressure medicine." And I was like, "Excuse me, screw like record scratch. Excuse me, ma'am? No, no." She was like, "Well, I'm going to see you in about 6 weeks or whatever. And if in 6 weeks you still have these numbers, you're going to get a prescription for high blood pressure." I was like, mm. So of course I went to my research. I kind of had a feeling already about what to do, but I really had to double down. And I was like, no, there's no way. This is a condition that can be reversed. And I am not going to be on some pills for the rest of my days. Like, my parents are fooled into thinking that they have to be taking these pills for the rest of their days. And I can't. I've tried to, talk to them about it. They're in their 70s, but, but I was not going to be a part of that committee, the taking pills committee. No, thank you. So I did my research. I did the work. I came back to that next doctor's appointment, and she was like, "Wow, I don't know what you did, but," and here I am today. So I don't, I don't throw a pill at something, right, like that. It's like when it's a condition that's metabolic, when it's your metabolism, basically. We don't throw pills at that, okay? And there's preventative things we can do. So eating plant-based, that is the key. I think the only other thing to worry about with eating plant-based or being plant-based is food safety. In the United States right now, they're firing a bunch of health inspectors and this and that and stuff. I am concerned about that, because the plants that they do make tend to have listeria and stuff in it, E. coli. So you got to be careful of those things. Now, with the meats, though, that's harder to detect. When I was young, I stopped eating processed meat, things like bologna and hot dogs, because I saw documentaries on how they would take an animal and a few of them and just grind them up and mash them all together. And next thing you know, you got hot dogs and bologna. They don't care if that animal was sick or has a cancer on its body. Nope. They would grind them up. You don't even know which one it is. It doesn't matter because it's all contaminated. And they turn it into a big vat and turn it into processed meats. Okay? So that's one of the first things I stopped eating before I was even out of my house, of my parents' house. Okay? Hot dogs and bologna. Bleh. Disgusting. It's like you might as well just pipe in some cancer into your mouth, right? It's not real food. And they're now saying, if you look it up, that is the leading form of like processed meats. It's no different than smoking cigarettes. Okay? It's no different than smoking a cigarette and then getting cancer. Oh wow, so it did rain really hard. I'm in some area where it's kind of flooded. I'm looking over in the woodland area and over there. All right. So as I am driving the back way into where I wanted to go. Okay. So I end it here because I'm close to where I'm going today. But yeah, I do have a guide. Here's my guide. It's my wellness guide. It is free download. Um, I may make another one for just cooking purposes because that's where your wellness is. It's in the kitchen. Okay, you got to eat real foods, live foods, living foods, foods that if you left it out, it would start regrowing itself. Like, I'm not even trying to be funny, but they're still alive. The food. Okay? That's what I'm talking about. The seeds, the nuts, the berries. Okay? People used to make fun of me back in the day, but here I am now, almost 50 years old, barely gray, barely gray. I don't see no wrinkles. Wrinkles where? I got more energy than people half my age because they're too busy eating Cheetos. Okay? And y'all looking at me like, what? Who? Wait, you're how old? Yeah. Okay. I'm not trying to escape aging. I'm just trying to have a better quality of life in general. Okay. And with that, I say, take care.